everybody, and welcome to Pomeroy Art Academy's Breakfast Club. And I'm going to show you how to animate a simple take. So let's get started. So in animating a take, I will just create a pose where a character is looking off into the distance in the opposite direction. I'll just do this kind of a generic little kid. There's his head. Give him short hair. I use this little character in other demonstrations. I call him Ben. So Ben is going to be looking in one direction. I'll just rough something real quick here. Get his hands in there. So we'll start Ben, we'll call that pose 1. He's looking off in that direction. What's going to happen is to set up for a take of surprise. He will be surprised by something he sees. He's going to turn around. We'll call this pose 3, or drawing number 3. He's going to turn around. I'll have his hands roughed out here. He's going to turn around and look in the opposite direction. Still smiling. Short haircut. Eyes, head, face, hairline. I'm going from left to right. I'll rough in some hands. He's turning around and looking in that direction. And he sees something that surprises him. And what he'll do is, we'll call this drawing number 5. He will start to react. So his eyes will get a little wider at something that he sees in the distance. His expression will change just a little bit. Rough in the body. Hairline. Now this is also, not only is a lesson on how to do a take, but it's also a good lesson on how to anticipate. And we have a nice lesson on our course, Introduction to Animation at Pomeroy Art Academy. I think it's lesson 5 on how to animate an anticipation. So he lowers his hands just a little bit. His fingers there. There's his arms. Just lowering the arms just a little bit, just roughing them in there. He takes note. He's looking at something. Something has got his attention. And what happens is he's going to do an anticipation. Now, I'll create, let's see, this is drawing 5. 7 will be at my anticipation. We're going to go right to the take. because I'll explain why. We want to set up an anticipation to him doing a take. And the take is the expression of surprise. So we go from this, that's basically, it's a moderate pose, to one that explodes with a lot of energy. The hands will go, the arms will go out in surprise. Eyes will stretch, the nose will stretch, his mouth will open in surprise, eyebrows up. Everything is expanding outwards on this pose, on this extreme pose. Fingers will open wide. There's his sleeves. Everything is expanding as he exhibits complete surprise at something he sees. The face will stretch. It'll maintain the same volume. We don't want to create extra volume. It's important to maintain that volume for the sake of the integrity of the scene, so that's believable and looks real. So that stretch, the stretch happens right around there. The jaw lowering, the mouth opening, eyes opening slightly, and that whole mass of the cranium. The cranium stays about the same, but the cheek and the jaw and the forehead will open up as he does a take. And then afterwards, what's going to happen is he's going to recover with that same surprised look on his face further back, almost like in the position that he started, way back here. With an expression of surprise as he's looking off stage at something. Eyebrows open wide. His mouth will still be open a little bit in surprise. Now, this is either fear or happy surprise or just a generic surprise. I've got it more generic, like I'm not trying to go for an expression of fear. He's just surprised at something he saw off stage. Now, I'm comparing the head size to 5 because I want to comparatively keep it the same volume. I think the arm, I'll have the arm coming up slightly. I'm just going to rough something here. And the other arm I'm going to have away from the body just a little bit. There's his neckline. So that is his recovery pose. That will be number 11. So what I want to do now is create that anticipation that goes in between this pose and that pose. And what that looks like, it's a squash. We have this extreme stretch in exclamation where he does his take. So to set that up, pose number 7, we need a nice squash where he is anticipating down and in. Shoulders come up. Everything is squeezed together before the big moment of exclamation. The body would kind of collapse on itself. It would bow in a little bit. There's his shoulder. There's his fingers. Everything is going inward. Everything is compressing, contracting. The eyes will close shut. The mouth will close shut. The cheeks will bulge out. Everything is compressing tight in anticipation for the big take. Hairline comes down. The ears will push out slightly. It's still the same volume, the head is, but it's just compressing that volume. Got the chest compressed in ever so slightly. Hands raised up. They're arcing up and they will be arcing out. So there we've got our anticipation, compression, expansion. So there we have all of the elements for a complete take using our little character Ben. So we'll start out with him looking off, turning, looking at something in the distance. He takes notice, and in surprise, he does a take. Let me roll that. It goes into anticipation and then expansion. Oh my gosh, and then recovery. Oh my gosh. And what we can do is we can shoot this and show this to you. And there's our take.